Hello friends, thank you so much for clicking on another video. Welcome or welcome back to Budgeting Over 40. It is payday, you guys. In Ready to Assign, I have $5,483.77 to budget. So let's jump in. So you guys, this money that you see in Ready to Assign is my regular paycheck for $2,483.77. And there is also $3,000 from Hubby. This is his May contribution. So his money has been slow trickle, very, very slow drip. And I have to wait around for him to pay himself from the business while he wait around to be paid from the customers. So it's been a crazy month. I'm trying not to have my anxiety level go through the roof, but it's been pretty close. But anyway, he was able to transfer over $3,000 into our joint bills account this morning. So that's why I'm able to budget this much money. However, this money has to last us until June 4th because my next payday is on June 5th. So I have to make this work from now until the first few days in the month of June. There is three overspend category that I need to deal with. There is spending for $582.39, and then there is dining out for $3. And it's also reflecting on my Apple Card for $3. I don't know why, but once I cover this dining out, this $3 on the Apple Card is going to go away. So let's talk about the spending. At the top of the month when I was here, I did make mention to you guys that I was not going to go on the birthday trip this year because my family, myself, and the kids, we just got back from Jamaica for my niece's funeral, but I changed my mind and don't judge me. Reason is life in you guys. And we also need to take care of ourselves. We need to take care of our physical health. We need to take care of our mental health. And not only that, we also need to make memories and spend time with the family members that we do have left. So my niece did pass away in April, and then I had an aunt that passed away right after my niece. I didn't mention that to you guys because I didn't go to the funeral. This funeral was also in Jamaica, and both my sisters went. Now, what I did find out again was that my brother's wife, her sister passed away, and I can't. It's like death all around us. So I have made the choice to enjoy my birthday. And not only that, was to make memories with my sisters and just to make memories for myself. So I did choose, my sisters and I, we're going back to Jamaica, but this is using one stone to kill two birds. So my sister-in-law's, her sister's funeral is actually on my birthday, which is on the 31st. So my sisters, when they pitched it to me, they were like, listen, it's around your birthday. We can go to support our brother, but we could also enjoy your birthday while we're there. So I was like, you know what? I'm going. So I did go ahead and buy a ticket, and it cost me on JetBlue $48. I guess this is for the seat, and the ticket itself was for $888.64. So that is where the spending came from. I was able to cover some of it, but there is $582.39 to cover also. Now, the reason why it's still overspent here was because I chose not to use my bonus money or my last paycheck to cover this much because I wanted to pay my auto loan to cut down on the amount of interest that we was going to lose. So my bonus money was where I intended on taking that money from. So I was just waiting for hubby to transfer his income in to be able to cover the auto loan. So I don't know if that makes sense. My bonus money was what I took the plane ticket out of, but I chose to hold off until I received hubby's money, which was monies to pay our auto loan, which is our joint auto loan. But anyway, that's a whole bunch of words just to explain that I need to cover $582.39. So let's go ahead and take that out of Ready to Assign. I'm also going to take this $3. As you can see, it went away. I'm also going to take this $3 out of Ready to Assign. And the reason why this $3 has to come out of Ready to Assign is because I really didn't want to have to move any more money around just to go ahead and put it right back. All right, so now let's go to all. We do have a few bills to cover before the month is through, so let's go into the fixed bills focus view. I do have the cell phone to cover for $217.84. I also have the internet to cover for $89.02. I did put that I want to put another $80 in after school. It's asking for 40, but I'm going to go ahead and assign $80. In braces, I did pay braces, but I had to transfer the money back out. So there is some money that I need to cover on my credit, my Capital One number one card. You will see that. So let's go ahead and snooze the cell phone because we don't need the additional 16 cents. All right, let's move down into child support. I do need to send another $263 to my older daughter. All right, so next is in the subscriptions. I need to cover iCloud storage for $9.99. I need to cover SiriusXM for $7.99. And then I need to cover Amazon Prime for $16.30. Okay, so those are the fixed bills that needs to get covered. Let's go into the debt section because what I need to do here, this $201.17, I just need to zero that back out so you could see that there's money going back to my Capital One number one card. Also, I need to go ahead. I'm going to put an additional $25 here for my Apple Card. This is the minimum payment for the month of May. And we are going to go over to variables. So I need to cover our variable spending for the rest of this month. So groceries and dining out together, that is asking for $296.18. I'm going to go ahead and underfund those two categories just to get some monies in there. Haircuts, I'm going to have to get my son's haircut for $30. Okay, car fuel. Let's go ahead and put, I did say $79 based on what I wrote on my paper budget. We'll come back to this just in case we have any more money. Haircuts is asking for another $3. I don't know why, but we're going to snooze that because my son's barber only charged $30 for his haircut. Okay, let's move on down to tips because I need to put a $5 tip for the barber here. All right, there we go. So now let's move over into, I did do the debt already. So let's see what savings is asking for. Underfunded for savings is saying $21.20. Let's go ahead and fund. This is school pictures and also registration renewal for 405. And what else? I think that's it. So let's see, let's go back to all and see how much we're underfunded for the rest of the month. So it's saying $601.86. Let's see. Okay, these are, okay. Summer camp and activities. I do need to put an additional $300 here. This is going to be the third payment for summer camp for the kids. I'm going to go back and show you guys what that looks like. And then Discover is asking for an additional $436. Now, the reason why this is asking for that is because I did put a target on Discover to pay this off by January of 2026. Now, I did make mention to you guys in my debt update that this card has 0% until January of 2026. And in order for me to pay that off, I will have to put the $436 here to be able to pay that off because the targets calculate every month. So in order to pay this off by that date, this is the amount that I will need in addition to the $166 that I've already paid to the Discover card. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do that. So let's leave that for now. What I do want to do is jump over into the month of June, and we're going to take care of the bills that needs to be paid from the first of the month until the fourth. So the rent is going to be due for 2,500. I do have to pay electric for 134. So those are the bills that are due at the first part of the month. For my student loan, that's due on the first, so I will have to put some money there. I also will have to put $416 in. I do have to put that in the personal spending section because I do have the affirm bill to pay. So I'm just going to put the amount of what it is, $415.35. And that leaves me with $167.34. I do know that I will have to pay HB Inc. So that's $9 there. And I think that's it for the first part of the month. So I'm gonna have to play catch up when it comes to Discover because I only have 158 and 34 cents here. And that's not gonna be able to cover the 400 and what did I say? Let's see, underfunded $436. But what I can do, I can put the 158.34 onto Discover and then I'll play catch up in the month of June. So 158.34. That's what we're going to do. Because I think I've covered everything that I need to cover between now and the next time I get paid. So car fuel, I think the $79 should be able to get me through to the next pay period. So let me snooze that and Discover. We still need 277.66, and maybe I can move some money around to be able to cover this. We'll see. If I don't need the full amount for groceries, then I'll be able to move some money out. If I don't use the full amount in dining out, maybe I'll be able to move some money out. But this is what it looks like for now. I can't do any better because, like I said, this is the money that we're working with. We just have to do what we got to do. That's what it is, you guys. As far as spending money for Jamaica, I don't believe I will need any spending money when I go for my birthday trip with my sisters. All I have to worry about is my plane ticket. I don't have to worry about any spending money because basically they do all the spending as a treat for my birthday. So that's what it is, you guys. Yes, I am going back to Jamaica after I said that I wouldn't go back on the trip. So, like I said, life is short and we do have to make memories and enjoy what little time we have left on God's green earth. So, this is what it is, you guys. This is the money that we had. Look how fast that $5,000 went. I can't believe it. But we are covered for the rest of May and we are covered into the beginning of June until we get paid again. So thank you so much for taking the time out to watch. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will talk to you guys in the next one. Bye now.